Hello, my lovely Leo, and welcome to your energy reading for April. This is a general reading, so please do take what resonates and toss the rest. Also, check out the other signs in your chart if they might resonate with you more. Otherwise, we will go ahead and get started. If you do enjoy this, please do like, subscribe, share, all that great stuff. It's free, it's fun, and it helps it get to the other Leos, which happens to be the #1 sign in America. So let's go ahead and get in here. And just to let you know, this month does look like April is going to be a huge month for changes. It looks like it's been a long time for the cycle that's been going on, and it's going to be ending this month with an eclipse. I think we have a double moon. We also have a moon in Jupiter's house, which might be in Taurus, something of that nature. So lots of changes, second chances, different things of that nature. So if you're feeling some energy shifts, that could be why. But we will be able to see a lot of other chances, second chances, changes, different things coming in this month. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? This top row is indicative of where you are now, okay? And do remember that gender is neutral in tarot and time is fluid. So where you are now might be where you've been for months, or where you've been for the last week. The second row is indicative of what you don't see coming, or what is going to be happening throughout the month or into next month even, and next month meaning May. And the bottom row is Spirit's advice to you, or the things that you might want to kind of keep in mind. So let's start at the top. We'll go through each row, and of course we will get clarifiers from our psychic deck a little bit later, and then some general advice cards to close it out. So we're starting with the Emperor in reverse. Okay, so this is telling me that, I feel like something that was a major, or someone rather, could be a situation, but for most of you, I feel like it is a person that was a major factor in your life, a strong, important factor in your life. So, gender is neutral, so it could have been a parent, grandparent, sibling, boss, mentor, something of that nature is just not there for you now. I don't necessarily know if it's because they've had an illness or they've passed away over the past several months. That's possible. I am feeling for some of you that you have suffered a loss, and for those of you, I'm very sorry. But I do feel that for some of you. For others of you, I feel like maybe it is a break, a split. So it could have been a significant other, a spouse that, you have separated from or divorced or split from, and they're just no longer there for you. It could also be that you have, you've left a job, or you've left an area, you've moved away, something like that. And so you just don't have them there as your daily support system. So they're the person you went to every day for help, questions, answers, guidance, whatever, okay? And they're just not there. So maybe, if you've switched jobs recently or you've moved recently, you just don't have them as readily accessible as you had in the past. And it seems to be taking its toll on you. I feel like you are very much feeling the weight of this because, you didn't realize perhaps how much you use them. And even with technology being what it is, for some reason, I feel like this person, even though they don't have to be in any way, I feel like this person, they could be older, that could be part of it, or they just aren't tech savvy, okay? I don't know why. They may not even be older, but they could be older, and they're just not tech savvy. So even though, you may be able to call them, it's not the same, okay? You're feeling like, yeah, I can call this person, ask them a question, but it's not the same as being able to go and talk to them face to face, have a cup of tea or coffee with them, get the enlightenment, get the stuff I need from them. And if it was a significant other, spouse, you're really feeling that because, you know, you might even have things where like, okay, I'm living in the house now. I've got kids, I've got this going on, that going on, whatever. I can't even, you know, I've never had to cut the grass before, and now I do. I've never had to fix certain things before, and now I do. These are all new things for me. So I feel like you are feeling the weight of this Emperor person being gone from your daily life in the way that they were, and you're feeling it in a major way, okay? So however it is for you, I'm feeling that you are struggling with that, okay? Then we have the King of Cups in reverse. And for me, I feel like this is your energy, okay? Again, gender neutral, but I feel like for me, you were a very integral person with your family. You know, you were the strength of the family, you were the center of the family, and you know, you always felt confident, you always felt, but part of that was because you always had that Emperor person to go to. So maybe you were the mom or the dad in your family, and you were able to handle the household, everything. But you could always, you know, go over and visit your Emperor or go to your Emperor at work or whatever and get, you know, assistance, help, guidance every day. Simple questions, big things, little things, whatever things, okay? Get it, get help. And again, this is gender neutral, the Emperor. So it could be your mom, you know, you're calling for a recipe. It doesn't matter. Or how long, you know, how long can chicken last in the fridge, you know, whatever it may be. So you felt like you were running the show at your home just fine. Everything was smooth sailing. But now you are completely upside down. You feel like you are living a nightmare a little bit because you're like, I never realized how much I relied on this person just to run my house. You know, I don't even know how long, you know, meat lasts in the fridge. I don't even know how to I don't know how to cut the grass. I don't know how to, you know, certain things. And so it's kind of a reality check for you. It would be for me, let's just put it that way. And that's not a negative thing by any means. I hope I'm not offending anybody by saying this, but we all depend on somebody. Let's just be honest. That's how we get through life, okay? So I feel like for a lot of us, that is what's happening. Now, your last card is the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like what's happening there is, you know, you're having trouble working through things, okay? Typically, the 8 of Pentacles is where you're just working through things. You're just working away. For you, everything is a struggle to work through it, okay? Because of this situation. It's made everything a struggle. Your work life is a struggle because you don't have this Emperor person there, perhaps. Or maybe your home life has become a work struggle and work is like your solace, because your home life is a struggle because now you're like, you know, if the littlest thing happens, like the dishwasher's leaking, I don't know how to fix it. You know, I don't know how to start the lawnmower. I don't know how to, you know, just little things that normally, you know, somebody could handle or I could do whatever. You know, like I count on my 87-year-old father to come over and cut all of my Amazon boxes up with his box cutter because I hate cutting boxes. I'm awful at it. And he's like professional box cutter for some reason. And he cuts them up and he throws them in the trash for me every like month. And I just pile them in my garage, and then he's like throws them in the garbage, recycling bin, whatever. And off they go. So it's like, I just keep my kids like order everything from Amazon. I order everything from Amazon, and that's what my dad does. You know, the man's 87 years old and I still count on him to come and cover Amazon boxes. Okay. You know, so it's not like it's, you know, but that's a little thing that if my dad's not able to do it, literally they will pile up and overtake my garage. Like I told my son last night on the way home from soccer practice, I was like, if Papa doesn't come and cut the boxes soon, they're going to take us over and we're going to like get buried under an avalanche of Amazon boxes. Like that's honestly. So, I mean, this is like what I'm saying to you, and I'm not being mean because I live this life. So just kind of throwing that out there. Anyway, so I feel like this is where you've been, okay? This is where you are, and maybe where you've been for a few months, maybe where you just recently got to. Time is fluid in tarot, but I do feel like you've been struggling, okay? But let's see where you're going, and hopefully it's going to get better for you this month. So we have the Two of Swords, okay? And the Two of Swords is she's blindfolded. So I feel like you are having to, because it's under your Emperor in reverse, you're having to make all your decisions by yourself, blindfolded, okay? This is how you feel, right? It's under your Emperor in reverse. You don't have that person anymore, so you're having to do it all yourself. But this is giving you a newfound strength, okay? It's giving you newfound confidence, because every single time that you're able to fix something, YouTube's your best friend, probably. You're like, for me anyway, that's how I get through things. YouTube's my best friend. Like, okay, I got to figure out how to fix this little washer in my sink here. So YouTubed it, able to fix it. Bingo, bango. Yay me. Okay, I felt so proud, right? So, okay. So again, because of this, you hate it maybe, okay? But you are learning new things. You are really taking it. You are really doing really well, making these decisions blindfolded that you hate to have to do, but you're becoming more independent by that, okay? So it sucks, but look at it as a positive, okay? It's a positive thing because you are becoming more independent. You're learning new things. You're learning to do things by yourself. And so you won't be as dependent on other people ever again, the more you learn, okay? Now, your Justice card in reverse is telling me that, you know, while you feel, I think you feel a little bit, I think you feel like you've been kind of screwed over, honestly. Okay, maybe by the universe, if this is somebody who passed away, for sure. You know, you may be upset, you may be angry about this at the universe, you know. If this is something where, you know, somebody moved away from you, or somebody's sick and just can't help you anymore, or whatever it is, I do feel like you feel like it's unjust. Like you feel like you're being really treated unfairly. You feel like this just sucks so bad. Things aren't right. It's not fair. You're feeling self-pity, okay? Because you're having to do all these things by yourself. But I want you to understand again that every single step you make, every single time you do something by yourself, you are accomplishing something amazing. You are learning something new. You are becoming a stronger version of yourself, okay? And if you have children, you're teaching them something new. You're teaching them how to be more independent, okay? And that is invaluable, okay? So I do feel like you feel like this is unjust, especially if this is a spouse who maybe you had to leave because they were lying, cheating, stealing, whatever, or they up and left you for somebody else or whatever, and they've left you to take care of a household by yourself. You know, it may very well be that you were screwed over, excuse my language, but you know, but the bottom line is, you know, you are getting through this. You are making it through, and you're making it through stronger. You're coming out a better, stronger version of yourself. Okay. So, you know, you've survived 100% of your days so far. Keep that in mind. Okay. So your last card here and what you don't see coming is your Three of Cups in reverse. So again, I feel like there's some self-pity going on here. I feel like you don't feel like you can celebrate. You don't feel like you can, you know, be around other people. You don't want to, you know, you're just feeling down in the dumps. And part of that may be financial too. Okay. So if you've had some issues and maybe you've had to hire out things to be fixed too, because you don't know how to do things like that now. So it has been a little bit of a burden on you financially. And so you can't really afford to go out and do things that you once did, you know, so maybe, you know, because that is coming under your Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So there could be some financial repercussions with that as well. So, you know, that may be part of it too, that you just can't afford to do that. But also I think the main situation I see here is that a lot of it is self-pity. You know, I feel like, you know, that's part of it too. You know, again, you just feel really bad about it. And, you know, I don't blame you, to be honest with you, you know, as somebody who is, you know, gone through divorce myself, you know, and I'm taking care of two kids on my own, and I'm counting on my 87-year-old dad to come cut my boxes up. I have moments where I just feel so much like I feel pitiful and helpless. and YouTube has become my best friend. You know, what do I do? How do I fix this? But, you know, I try to take those little victories, okay? And I want you to do that too. If this is you and this is resonating with you at all, take those little victories and realize that you did that on your own with nobody's help, despite what people may have done to keep you down, or despite the setback of losing something so important to you. If you lost a family member, or they're ill, or they can't be there for you, despite that, you are still making it. Okay, so please do take that and keep that with you, okay? Because I know it feels unjust. I know it feels that way. I know how hard this feels to you. If this is you in this situation, if you've lost your go-to person, whether by choice, by you were forced into getting rid of them, by they're not around because you had to move, by illness, by switching jobs and you don't have anyone there to count on, by, you know, divorce, by death, by whatever. If you're feeling alone right now and you're feeling like you have everything, the weight of the world on your shoulders right now, every single victory is a big one, okay? I don't care how small, it's not small, it's huge. Keep that in mind, please. Okay, so now moving forward. This is Spirit's advice to you. The High Priestess, okay? And the High Priestess is all-knowing, you guys, okay? So the High Priestess is not, they have all the books, they have all this and that, but the High Priestess has divine knowledge, right? So this is what Spirit is trying to tell you. That every time you make a decision, every time you have a victory, every time you do something on your own without somebody's help, you're going in it blindfolded. You don't know what that crap you're doing, but you do it. Every time you do that, you are adding to your divine knowledge. You are making a choice to make yourself better, to choose to be more independent, to choose to be better, to go and grow as a person. Okay, to be more independent so that next time you don't have to rely on anybody, to be stronger, okay? Like the priestess, you are channeling your inner divine priestess every damn time you do something, okay? Yes, you. Okay, Spirit is so proud of you. That's what this is telling me, okay? Now, the Spirit is telling me that you have the World card, okay? So while you are upside down in the first row, you feel like your whole world is turned upside down. You feel like shit, excuse my language. You feel like you don't know, you know, shit from Shinola, excuse my language again. I'm like repeating my mother every second here that I'm using one of these lines. But every time you feel like that, you feel like the world is so unjust to you. Yes, we get that. We know it. We've all had those moments where we feel like that. And, you know, if you've lost somebody, you may be angry at your higher divination. You may be angry at, you know, whatever you believe in for taking that person or whatever. You may be angry at your significant other if they left you for whatever reason. But remember, the World card is fruition and success, okay? So that was probably meant to happen. And it's putting you in a better, more successful place. And you are going to be a more complete person with many more things at your disposal because you have channeled your inner priestess. You've learned new tasks to finish, learned new skills, learned how to make your own decisions, learned how to do your own things, and you are becoming so much stronger. So you are taking an injustice and you are turning it into a strength. You are turning it into a success. You are turning it into a fruition that is completing you as a person. So you may have lacked certain skills before, but you won't by the time this is done, okay? So things are looking up for you, okay? You are going to be stronger than ever. By the end of this month, by next month, stronger than ever by going through this. Yes, it sucks. It always sucks, but something good can always come out of something bad, okay? So your last card is the Fool, okay? So this is telling me that Spirit is saying to you that by the end of this, yes, you will have gone through where you feel like everything is drudge work. You are struggling to get through. You may even have some financial burdens with it. You may not be able to celebrate it all. There might be self-pity. There might be funds that are being spent to fix things so you can't really enjoy yourself. But by the end, you are going to feel so light and happy-go-lucky that, you know, it's going to be a feeling that is like no other. You're going to be putting out a new confidence, a new vibration that you need. You don't need anybody, okay? You don't need anybody. Do you want somebody? Maybe, maybe not. But you don't need anybody. And that changes everything. That changes perspective on everything. When you don't need somebody, you can choose who you really want. Okay? And it changes the dynamic of a relationship too. Okay? People can't take advantage of you if you don't need them, because you can cut them out just like that. And they know that. Okay? So they can't take advantage of you. Okay. People who were like, oh, they've got you over a barrel because you need them. You need them to do this, because you can't do it for yourself. No more. You can do it all by yourself. And you've proven that now. Okay. So by the end, you are going to be a much stronger, more independent person. You are going to be a much freer person, a much happier, lighthearted person. It will take time. Okay. I'm not going to lie. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some work. It's going to probably take some YouTube. It might take some new contacts. You might need to make some new, you know, this is a 3 of Cups in reverse here, you know, where you're not hanging out with people. You might want to rethink that. You know, you might want to, moving forward, try to make some connections, you know, especially if you are, you know, having to hire out some help. Pay attention to what they're doing. Watch them, you know, ask questions. If they're nice people, most of the time they'll try to help you answer questions, you know, things like that. Do everything you can to try to learn as much as you can. Knowledge is power, right? So use it, use it. You're gonna be fine. I promise you this. Okay. So let's go ahead and get some clarification on these. How about this Emperor card? We're gonna get some clarification. This is the Psychic deck. All right, clarification on the Emperor in reverse, passion ignited. Okay, so this could be the situation here is that this could be a significant other who left you for someone else. So if that is what happened to you, that could be what that is. Otherwise, your passion could be ignited because, you know, realistically, it could be saying that, you know, you are feeling passionate, but not in a good way. Okay. Passion can go either way. You can be passionate about being angry. Okay. It's an extreme emotion. Okay. So it's possible that your passion's ignited because you're so upset. You're so hurt. You're so angry. You can feel passionately just aggressive, angry at the world. Okay. And that may be what's going on there. Okay. So I'm not really, to take it as it resonates. If this is because somebody left you for somebody else, you know that. But if not, it could be that you're just so angry. Okay. But let's see what the King of Cups in reverse here. Rest and rejuvenate. Okay. So again, I feel like this is something where, you know, you're feeling like you can't do anything right now. And because of that, because you feel like you are beating your head against the wall, you don't really know what to do. You know, you're normally the head of the household. You're normally able to run everything because you've got your go-to that you don't have to go to anymore. All you want to do is like crawl in your bed and cover your head. Okay. But you're not going to be able to do that. You can't do that. You know, you have to be, you still have to run your house. You still have to run yourself. You still have to run maybe possibly a family. So, you know, take a moment, gather yourself, gather your thoughts, calm yourself down, and then start learning. Start learning everything you can. Start teaching yourself what you can. Start finding other resources if there's things you don't know how to do. You know, don't jump to find a new replacement. Okay. Whatever you do not jump to find another replacement for whoever you lost. You know, because you can't replace people. I don't care if this is a person at work, an ex, a person in your family. You'll only be disappointed because nobody can be replaced. But you can find other resources, other people that might have knowledge to help you. Just don't expect them to be the same person, okay? How about this 8 of Pentacles in reverse, the universe, okay? So the universe is going to help you, okay? They're going to send people into you to help you do some of the work. I do believe that. Again, ask them questions, watch them. I do think you're going to be sent some people who are going to be kind, and they are going to try to help you. And they are going to try to not take advantage of you. They're going to see your dilemmas, and they're going to try to help you. I do believe that. So, you know, try to be as learning as you can when they're there. Also, you know, you feel like you're plugging away and this is work. And I think people might see that plight and try to assist you. I think the universe is going to help send those people to you. So, you know, it's not all bad. You know, try to look for the victories, because I know you're going to feel some self-pity, but try to look for the victories. How about this 2 of Swords? Material and spiritual prosperity. And again, I think here mostly it's going to be spiritual prosperity for you, because every time that you make a decision, every time that you make a choice, every time you do something on your own, you are growing spiritually, mentally, you are growing. And you might be also growing materially, because you might be fixing things or building new things or doing new things that you've never done before. That's fantastic. This Justice in reverse, deception and envy. And again, I think that you are feeling envious. You're feeling like you've been deceived or treated poorly by the universe, the world, whatever. Again, I feel like self-pity. I just feel like this is a self-pity card. You feel like you've been deceived, treated poorly, tricked, treated badly. You're envious of anybody who's not going through what you're going through. You know, again, that's what I feel like is happening here. And, you know, I can't blame you. Everyone goes through that. You know, we've all had our moments where we felt like we have been done wrong. And in all intents and purposes, you may have very well been done wrong. It may not be like, you know, somebody left you because they couldn't help it. They passed away, or they're sick and they just can't be there for you, or, you know, they had to move and, you know, they can't be there for you, something of that nature. You know, it may very well be that somebody cheated on you, lied, left you for another, you know, some crap like that, you know, and you were done wrong, and you deserve to have your moment of self-pity, but just make it a moment. Okay. 3 of Cups upside down, intuition. Okay. So again, I think with this is, you know, you're not wanting to do things. You're not wanting to get out. You're not wanting to celebrate. You may not even have the funds to celebrate. But again, as I said before, I think you might want to rethink that. So use your intuition and think about who in your group that you normally would celebrate with, would hang out with, would be around, might have connections to help you do things or teach you things or be able to help you get some things done that you don't know how to do, or that might have connections to help you, you know, heal faster, do things better, those kinds of things. Answer the questions that the other person was able to answer for you. You know, these might be people that, you know, there might be somebody in that group that your intuition tells you is a good point of contact for that. So, you know, think about that, okay? Don't just shut off the world because you feel pity for yourself. That's probably the worst thing you can do, okay? So how about this High Priestess down here? Authority. And again, I think this is Spirit telling me, like I said before, this is you channeling that power, that authority. Every time you make a decision and you learn something new, you are channeling that High Priestess energy, authority, power, strength, knowledge, wisdom, everything. And you are making yourself better, stronger, tougher, taking action, being a better version of yourself. And that is just further confirmation. So get it, okay? Just get it. Nobody can destroy you unless you let them. Remember that, okay? The World. Recognition and reward. And again, like I said, I think that this is the spirits telling you that you are going to be a stronger, better, more complete, like the World, complete, successful, to fruition version of yourself 100% when this all is said and done, because you are going to have been through stuff, learned stuff, stronger, able to do more things, more independent. So, you know, nobody can take advantage of you. You're just going to be a completely And people are going to see that. They're going to recognize that recognition, and it will be rewarded. Okay. I do feel like that. I feel like people will see that you are on a higher vibration at that point. You are a whole different person living on a different level at that point. Okay. You will be high priestess authority, energy, power. People might be coming to you at that point. You might be the next emperor to somebody else. Okay. Think about that. And the Fool card, spiritual strength. Beautiful. Like I said, I think this is where you're going to be able to enjoy yourself, live lighter, happier, more fulfilled, less stressed, feeling like you are able to finally go on your daily way without having to worry about what happens if this, what happens if that, who am I going to call, what am I going to do? You're going to be able to be lighter than air, just free of worry, because you've learned to do things for yourself. You've learned to make connections. You've learned to be stronger, more independent, not as worried. You have spiritual strength now, and that is invaluable, and nobody can take that away from you. Knowledge is power. Connections are power. All of these things. So keep that in mind. And we'll pull 3 general advice cards for you to close this out and see what they say. So let's get those out here. And we will see. This one says, nothing real can be threatened. How can you actively participate in creating heaven on earth? So again, okay, if you are doing it, if you're doing the work, if you're making this happen, it can't be threatened. Again, once you have built this, nobody can take that away from you. Your spiritual strength, your knowledge, your ability to depend on no one and nothing cannot be taken away. Once you know how to do the things, knowledge is power. You can't take knowledge from somebody, Gratitude is the life force of peace. What are you thankful for? Okay, again, this is what's going to help you get out of your self-pity mode, okay? Be grateful for anyone who's willing to help you. Be grateful for the things you learn to do for yourself. Be grateful for what you still have, okay? Gratitude is going to keep you from wallowing in self-pity, okay? Keep this in mind. That's every day. Wake up. What am I grateful for? Say what you're grateful for. Think about what you're grateful for. It keeps you from living in self-pity, okay? But also be grateful for anyone who helps you along the way, okay? Because they're the people who are going to help make you stronger, better. And that's how you're going to be creating this world that is complete fruition, spiritual strength, have an authority, okay? And take responsibility for your life as a creative adventurer. How can you live with more meaning, integrity, and truth? And again, this is it. This is you. How can you be responsible for yourself? Again, it's great that you had somebody you could lean on, but we all lose those people at some point, in one way or another. Okay. So at one point, we all lose our parents, or we all lose our grandparents, or we all lose something. Okay. Maybe we don't all lose our spouse to, some other person, it could be a different situation for you specifically, but we all lose somebody that was a mentor to us at some point in our lifetime. Okay. So we all have to be forced to take some sort of responsibility for steps that we didn't before. And so this is just one more step for you. Okay. And when you do it and you overcome it and you pull this spiritual strength out and this harnessed high priestess feeling and all of that, you will be so much better, stronger, more proud of yourself. If you have children, they'll be proud of you. Okay. People around you will be proud of you. So you have so much to look forward to. Okay. I do believe that, especially, going forward, but it is going to take some work. Okay. And you are going to have to keep yourself from falling in a pit of self-pity. You are going to have to work at it, and you are going to have to get through it. It's going to take a little bit. I understand that. But you can do it. I know you can. So again, I hope everything does work out for you. If you need, to talk to people around you, do it. Don't lock yourself down. Don't crawl in a hole and, put the cover over your head and the pillows over your head. You can't do that. Take a moment for yourself. You do deserve to take a moment for yourself, self-love, self-care, what have you, but don't stay there. Don't don't live there, okay? Anyway, I hope this resonated with you. If it did, please do like, subscribe, share, all that great stuff. Otherwise, I hope to see you back this weekend for weekend and next week's energy reading.